Hello. Spending your summers in the southwestern states of the United States can be a very hot and dry summer indeed, such as it is here in Texas, with temperatures reaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit well into the months of even September and October. Well, a year ago, I spent a week on vacation, still in the southwest, but I got to experience snow and temperatures of only the mid-70s for a high in the daytime. Where was I? I was in Red River, New Mexico. Today I'm going to talk to you about Red River, New Mexico and its potential for a summertime getaway to escape the heat in the southwest. Where's Red River located? Obviously it's in New Mexico, like I stated. It sits in the middle of Kit Carson National Forest in the northern part of the state in Taos County. It's accessible by only one state highway, and that's Highway 38 in New Mexico. It's a very small mountainous town surrounded on all sides by mountains. It sits in a little valley at 8,750 foot elevation above sea level. You can see Wheeler Peak from downtown, which is the highest point in New Mexico, at over 13,000 feet. There's a river that runs through town year-round, and it's fed by nearby mountain runoff or snow melting throughout the year. Great for fishing. Speaking of, we're going to talk about some summertime activities in Red River, New Mexico, now that we know where the town itself sits. It's predominantly known as a ski resort, but I only go in the summertime to enjoy the break in the heat, so we'll talk about some summertime activities. And they're too numerous to name. We'll talk about a few today: horseback riding, fishing, hiking, bicycling, and off-road vehicle driving such as ATVs or Jeeps. Horseback riding is one of my favorites. You can take the horses to a lot of places in the mountains that you cannot go on a vehicle or an ATV throughout the national forest. The trails are being very narrow and very steep, and the horses being very agile can take you to some great places to see some ghost towns or some abandoned mining camps that used to occupy the area. Horseback rides can range anywhere from 1 hour to 8 hours and are novice up to expert depending on how you are in the saddle and how adventurous you want to be. Mountain biking obviously is a big hobby up there and a very awesome activity for exercise and sightseeing. The communities around Red River also organize very large bike races and bike rallies every year. You can participate in those. If you want a more quiet, secluded vacation, you can trip through the same trails that you could on horseback, or there's some caliche type dirt roads to the mountain sites as well. Fishing is abundant. New Mexico is very big on their fishing tourism trade. They stock the local rivers and streams routinely. There's a fish hatchery right down the street from Red River, New Mexico, so they always have an abundance of trout in the summertime. My personal favorite summertime activity is off-roading. I own a Jeep Wrangler, so me and my wife enjoy scenic mountain rides. Oftentimes we'll find ourselves up at Goose Lake, which is about a 4-hour drive into the mountains. It's a very slow and methodical pace. It's a very steep incline, a very rocky trail. That's where we got snowed on last year in the first week of September. We got a nice little snow shower up there, lasted a few hours. Very scenic, very beautiful. We'll talk about the history of Red River now that we kind of know where it's at and what are some of the summertime activities. It started off as a gold mining town. In 1895, it was a full-fledged mine camp community with over 3,000 permanent residents. They hosted several newspapers, hotels, bars, barbershops, blacksmithing operations, and even had a red light district to go along with the town. Round about the 1920s, the gold mining really had played itself out, and it started to become just a homesteader community. And by the 1950s, tourism had overtaken gold prospecting and was the #1 economical influence on the town. It was deemed a ski resort in the 50s and has been so ever since. Quite wonderful in the wintertime as well. So now that we've seen a little bit about where Red River, New Mexico lies, the summertime activities, and the history of Red River, New Mexico, that's where I spend my summers when I can to escape the hot heat of Southwest United States. Thank you.